Hello students, welcome to mathematics class. Students, this is part 4 of the chapter linear equations in one variable, and in this part 4 we will be discussing about an equation. So we will start this session with a question: what is an equation? Students, to know what is an equation, let us first recall the matchstick pattern of the letter L. And we know to form a 1L we need 2 matchsticks, and to form 2 L's we need 4 matchsticks, and to form 3 L's we need 6 matchsticks. And as it continues further, and we will arrive at a one question, that how many matchsticks will be required to make 6 L shapes. And we have seen this in our part 2, and we drew a table for this, and even we found a generalization to find the number of matchsticks required for n number of L's, that is, we have seen as 2n, giving you the number of matchsticks for n number of L's. Now, knowing this, that we require 2n number of matchsticks, we will now think other way around. We know how to find the number of matchsticks required for a given number of L's, but what about how many L's does we can form with the given number of matchsticks? So this is the other way around thinking. How many L's are formed if the number of matchsticks given is 10? Now this means we have to find the number of L's, that is the value for n. Given the number of matchsticks 10, so 2n equals to 10. That means this 2n equals to 10 is a condition. Here we have a condition that to be satisfied by a variable n. Here the variable is n. It has to get a some value which satisfies this condition. Children, this condition is an example for an equation. This is the condition with which we can recollect the meaning of an equation. Now, coming to the further explanation on this, how many L's formed if the number of matchsticks given is 10? That means the condition is 2n minus 1, and let us name this condition as 1. So, condition 1. This question can be answered by drawing a table. Let us draw or observe the following table. So look at various values of n. Suppose if I take n as 1, then 2 into 1 becomes the number of matchsticks. 2 into 1 becomes the number of matchsticks, but the 2 is not equal to 10, and it clearly says when 2 is not equal to 10, n cannot be 2, because 2 is not equal to 10 says this is not satisfying. Now we will go on checking like this, taking various values for n. We will take different values for n, find the value of 2n and see whether that satisfies the condition. The value of 2n whether satisfies this condition, that is equal to 10. So, if it is satisfies, we will say yes. If it does not satisfy, we will say no. We saw when n equal to 1 not satisfying. Suppose if n equal to 2, then 2n is equal to 4, and obviously condition what we would say, is it yes or no? This 4 is not equal to 10, that means obviously no. Similarly, when n equals to 3, then 2n equals to 6, and obviously again 6 not equal to 10, the condition is no. Let us see for n equals to 4, then 2n value is 8, and 8 being not equal to 10, the condition is again not getting satisfied. If n equals to 5, then the 2n value is 10. Here the value of 2n is getting equal to this 10, that means this condition is getting satisfied. That means our condition is getting satisfied, results the value of n as 5. Now, is it getting satisfied for some other values of n? Let us check. Further taking n as 6, then 2n is 12. Is 12 is equal to 10 or not equal to 10? It is not equal to 10. That means further the condition is not getting satisfied, and various values of n taken further other than 5 will give you 2n values not being equal to 10. So, the condition will not get satisfied. Students, this is very, very important. Now, let us see what is an equation. Now, coming to the further discussion on this, we find that only if n equals to 5, the condition, or let us say this equation 2n equals to 10 is getting satisfied. For other than n equal to 5, any value is not satisfying this equation. So, with this I can say n equals to 5 alone satisfies the equation 2n equal to 10. Now, we will see one more example other than this. Let us look for some other equation. We have seen a question related to the age of Balu and age of Raju. Balu is 3 years younger than Raju. Now, considering Raju's age as x years, then Balu's age will becomes x minus 3 years. Suppose Balu is 11 years old, then what would be the age of Raju? Now, our method gives Raju's age. What is that? How we will solve this? We have Balu's age as x minus 3 and it is already given that it is 11. That means we have to equate x minus 3 to 11. Now, let us say this is equation 2, or we have already seen as condition 1 or condition or equation 1. Now, here I am saying condition, or I can say equation more specifically as number 2. Now, for this I am drawing a table. I am considering various values for x, that is x equal to 3, and I will find the value of x minus 3. If x equals to 3, 3 minus 3 gives 0. If x equals to 4, 4 minus 3 gives 1. If x equals to 5, 5 minus 3 gives 2. If x is 6, 6 minus 3 gives 3. If x is 7, then 7 minus 3 gives 4. X equals to 8, 8 minus 3 gives 5. Similarly, if I keep on finding various values of x minus 3 by considering x values as 9 gives 6, x as 10 gives 7, x as 11 gives 11 minus 3 8, 12 minus 3 9, 13 minus 3 10, 14 minus 3 11, and 15 minus 3 12, 16 minus 3 13, 17 minus 3 14, 18 minus 3 15, and this continues as x values continues. Now, this condition 2 is getting satisfied for a value x as only when it is 14. That means we find that only if x equals to 14, this condition, or I can say the equation x minus 3 equal to 11 is getting satisfied. For any value of x other than 14, the equation is not satisfied. Very important. For the other than x equals to 14, for any other value x minus 3 equal to 11 will not get satisfied. Therefore, Raju's age is 14 years. Now, students, an equation means a condition on a variable. So, an equation is a condition on a variable. It is satisfied only for a definite value of the variable. What is the meaning of definite? Certain, or a particular, or a unique value. So, we say an equation has equal sign. So, equation should have equal sign, where the equal sign between its two sides. Which are the two sides? One is right hand side, RHS we say, the other is LHS, which means left hand side. So, if the LHS is not equal to the RHS, when we substitute or place some number instead of the variable, the equation should get satisfied. If there is no equal sign, then that is not called an equation. And the equation says the value of the left hand side is equal to the value of the right hand side. If the left hand side is not equal to the right hand side, we do not get an equation. For example, the statement 2n is greater than 10 written like this is not an equation. It is inequation. Means not an equation. Another example, we can say the statement 2n is smaller than 10 written like this is also not an equation. So, this is also an inequation. If I am calling something as an equation, it should have equal sign, very important. The statement x minus 3 greater than 11, x minus 3 less than 11 are not equations. Some more examples. Now, let us see 8 minus 3 equals to 5. This also has equal sign. Is this is an equation? Is it an equation? This question arises in our mind, and I say no. Why no? Because this is just mathematical statement of equality without variable. That means it is a numerical equation but not algebraic equation. So, there is an equal sign between LHS and RHS. Neither of the two sides contain a variable, both contain numbers only. So, we may call this as a numerical equation but not algebraic equation. Usually, the word equation is used only for equations with one or more variables. That is why I said no. Okay. Generally, we call equation when there is one or more variables in the mathematical statement of equality. So, let us do some exercises. State which of the following are equations with a variable. In the case of equation with a variable, identify that variable. Now, I have given you few examples. Is this is an equation? Yes. And which is the variable? X is the variable. Next, this one, no. Why no? No variable at all. This one, no, because it is not equal sign, it is greater. This one, yes. And which is the variable? N is the variable. Next, this one, yes, again, because equal sign is there and one variable is also there. So, B is the variable. Next, this one, no, because it is not equal sign, it is less than sign. Now, coming to the some other exercise works we shall do. Fill in the blanks as required. Here I am giving you x plus 10 equals to 30. Here the variable is x. P minus 3 equals to 7. The variable is p. Now, similarly identify in this 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th equations the variables. Which is the variable here? Variable n. Which is the variable here? T. Which is the variable here? L. Which is the variable here? M. Okay. Now let us define what is an equation. Children, pass the screen after defining what is an equation. Equation is a mathematical statement of equality with one or more variables involved in it. This mathematical statement, or I can say mathematical expression, but compulsory, it is containing equality sign and containing compulsory one or more variables. So, mathematical statement or mathematical expression of equality with one or more variables involved is called an equation, and you have seen various examples for equations. Now, let us go further and learn the solution of an equation. What is solution of an equation? Students, we saw in earlier section, that is just now we saw x minus 3 equals to 11 was satisfied by x equals to 14. Now, no other value of x satisfies the equation here. The value of the variable in an equation which satisfies the equation is called a solution. Here, therefore, I say x equals to 14 is called solution of this equation. Which equation? X minus 3 equals to 11. Thus, x equals to 14 is a solution to the equation x minus 3 equals to 11. In finding the solution to the equation x minus 3 equals to 11, we prepared a table for various values of x, and from the table we picked up the value of x which was the solution to this equation, that is, which satisfies the equation. What we used is a trial and error method. It is a trial and error method, not a direct method. So, we need to learn a direct method and a practical way of finding solution, that we will be learning in our next session. So, students, I gave you the definition of a solution. So, pass the screen and note down this solution definition and one example to know what is the meaning of solution. And you have already learnt trial and error method in your class 6th and 7th, and in the class 8th, even in class 7th also you have learnt in simple equations chapter some of the direct methods, but I will emphasize on direct method from the beginning from our next session. So, till then, all of you take care of yourself, stay safe, Jai Hind, thank you.